This is an aluminum rod that will make an amateur into an aluminum welder, and it's at 1/8, 14 inches long. It's regular aluminum, but it's got a special coating on it that won't let your aluminum cave in when you're welding aluminum. It'll make even the rankest amateur aluminum welder, and you don't have to have an expensive welder. That welder I'm using, an old Chinese welder, rusty. Don't know how old it is. I paid $65 for it. I'm using it on DC. Now don't use it on AC, use it on DC. And don't use acid to clean your aluminum. Use a grinder. Clean your aluminum with a grinder. Don't use acid. By the way, I bought this piece of aluminum out of Tractor Supply the other day, and it's brand new, and it had anodize on it. Well, you have to get that anodize off. You have to clean it, but clean it with a grinder, no acid. Now I know you see me with a t-shirt and no gloves on. I had one of those leather suits back yonder when I was a young man, and I used it one time, and then I gave it to an employee, and this is the way I've welded ever since. And don't tell me I'm not going to live much longer. Now, I've already outlived a whole bunch of those boys that wore the leather suits. I told you I wasn't any good welder. Didn't even have a ground up there. You have to have a ground. Get this back in here, we'll weld on the other side. Put my ground on there this time. Alright. You can see it welds. Now this pretty thin piece of aluminum, it's about 50 thousandths thick probably. It's not very thick aluminum, but you can see it is welded. I mean, I burned that thing in there. It isn't gonna come loose. It's one piece of aluminum now. I didn't say it'd be pretty. Now, this rod is for people that don't need to weld aluminum very often, but they don't need to go buy them a TIG welder. A high dollar welder isn't needed. If you're just going to weld every once in a while for yourself, get this rod. You can weld with your DC welder, just your old crackerbox welder, and you can be a success every time without fail with any kind of aluminum. I don't know anything about aluminum, it's just all aluminum. But you can weld on it and be a success every time. And I sell this rod on eBay with a satisfaction guarantee, and if you buy it and you don't like it, you send it back, unused portion, I'll give you money back, no problem. But that's an old Chinese welder, and I paid $65 for it now. And you can see it's rusty, you can't even read all the printing on it. But I'm using it on DC. Don't use any acid to clean your aluminum. Never use acid on aluminum. You can go down to the drugstore and get you some muriatic acid and put a piece of aluminum in that muriatic acid, come back 30-40 minutes, and all that aluminum will be gone. It'll eat that aluminum completely up.